Say you were given a chance by your own people to rule over them just because they believe in you, and eventually you became so powerful, rich, and untouchable. I'm sure that if someone had told you then that you will one day be arrested, humiliated.
So on Saturday, a video emerged on social media where the immediate Deputy Senate President, the immediate former Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu, was spotted being beaten out of an event in Nuremberg, Germany, by Nigerian residents in the country.
It was actually planned, but I'm fine. Well, as I said, I've forgiven them, I've moved on. So I just moved on. So the government of Germany, they have whatever they want to do, they are free to do that. I had a feeling that they want the influence of alcohol or drugs.
And might even be put behind bars. I'm super sure you will spit in that person's face and call him or her a liar.
A wealthy Nigerian politician, his wife, and a corrupt doctor are behind bars tonight after being found guilty of a shocking and elaborate organ harvesting plot. Ike Ekweremadu and his wife Beatrice trafficked a vulnerable street trader from Lagos to London with the promise of money.
This is exactly what happened to Senator Ike Ekweremadu, former Deputy Senate President of the Nigerian Senate. Again, more highlights on what happened during the week. Let's say last week. Senator Ike Ekweremadu, his wife, and a doctor have been convicted of organ trafficking in the United Kingdom. The jury held that they conspired to bring the 21-year-old at the center of the matter to London to exploit him for his kidney. Ekweremadu is at risk of being sentenced to 10 years imprisonment in line with the Modern Slavery Act 2015 of the United Kingdom. This implies that if the Ekweremadus are found guilty of intent to commit human trafficking, seeing as the kidney transplant did not eventually happen, they will be handed a sentence not exceeding 10 years. Guys, the next story, the president-elect, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a very controversial man who is in the middle of it all as we speak. Tinubu, the drug dealer, is currently trending on Twitter, and people are saying a lot about this. They're beginning, to come up with evidences, proof that, this man is a drug dealer. This is what is trending on social media currently. Tinubu, the drug dealer.
I said if there is anybody that should be taken to the DSS, the person is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And I told you before he came that he came out openly to tell his followers, power is not served a la carte. Then what is democracy? If power is not served a la carte, the whole idea of democracy is peaceful transition of power from one person to the other. And you're telling your people, fight for it at all costs, grab it at all costs, snatch it at all costs.
But that statement was made as early as last year.
No, before the presidential election during the Chatham House statement.
And there are proofs, documents on social media. In fact, one person says, not in our time, that Pablo Escobar will become the next president of the most populous black nation. Well, another person here with a Photoshop, I believe this Photoshop picture of Bola Ahmed Tinubu with white substance. It says here, drug lord kingpin, drugified. And here is exactly what the person said. As Nigerians, we reject having a drug lord kingpin as president. Another person here says a drug baron cannot be Nigeria's next president. Tinubu is cancerous and needs to be stopped before it metastasizes. And you can see here underneath says U.S. court releases certified true copies of Bola Tinubu's drug dealing money laundering case in Chicago. And it says here, Nigerians have long insisted that the presidential candidate should come clean on his involvement in the case, which saw him forfeit up to $460,000 to American authorities in 1993. Some argued that this whole thing is a plot against the president-elect. They said it's just, to drag his reputation and nothing more. And it seemed like this is a clash between the Labour Party and APC. Here we have Bayo Ononuga, who is a big supporter of the president-elect. He says, all those son of B tweeting the hashtags, Tinubu the drug dealer, hashtag Tinubu for prison. Your days are numbered. One day you will face the wrath of law and God for tweeting malicious falsehood about Nigeria's president-elect. Guys, so many mixed reactions here. In fact, some people feel threatened, claim that, the Tinubu's team are silently threatening people, that once Tinubu is sworn in, he will start by punishing those who called him out.
But it says some of your party leaders are also doing that. Like people like Femi Fanikaide on Twitter. Going very personal, going very tribal, including people like Festus Keyamo, including people like Bayo Onanuga and all of that. Shouldn't Bola Ahmed Tinubu be cautioning his spokesman too?
Every issue that had been at the front burners, our spokesperson at issue releases. And to that release, you can hold them for it.
But in the midst of all this, at an event in Abuja on Saturday, March 25th, Mrs. Folashade Tinubu Ojo, that's Tinubu's daughter, urged Nigerians to support and pray for her father in order to govern the country successfully. In her words, I called on Nigerians to pray and support our president-elect to make him succeed in making Nigeria the best for all. He cannot do it alone, and Nigerians must support him even after the election. Let's see how things goes before May 29th.
Now, what I'm interested in is finding out what should happen after on May 29. I mean, not even after May 29.
Let us go to what Baba Ahmed said. Let us say what Baba Ahmed said. Some people, Baba Ahmed said,
just hold on.
I have the floor.
Let's hear from him. Quick. He is saying that you have lost elections.
He's talking about somebody lying in Enugu. While he talked about one woman that was hit in Lagos. Yes. Okay, all right. But we also know a particular man. A particular man was pursued out of the polling units
for wanting to vote the
yes.
APC.
Let me give the example. A particular man. I do not know it's there in the social media.
Speaking about being serious. No, the next one is not about being serious. Yes, it's about a joker. And the joker here is Reno Omokri. You see, Reno Omokri, I would say, speaks from two sides of his mouth. Whether he's doing this for money or not, I don't know. I wouldn't know. But one thing is certain. This man contradicts himself a lot.
We were in DC, we came in for the National Prayer Breakfast. But you see, I listened to this man, I listened to Governor Peter Obi, and ex-Governor Peter Obi, the plans, the ideas, this man raised the bar of leadership in Nigeria. He raised the bar of leadership in Nigeria. Since he left office, can you believe that this man does not take anything, not even like a penny from the Anambra State government? And while he was there, he was a man that built up Anambra State. Anambra State used to be almost educationally disadvantaged. And then in less than 2 years, he brought them to be number one.
Why do I say that? This was a man who was, Peter Obi's fan, right? At some point, said some good stuff about Peter Obi. Even there was a video of him back then where he said, Peter Obi will make a good president, blah, blah, blah.
As far as I'm concerned, I would prefer to have the best president, the best president of Nigerian origin. And if you ask me, if you're going to ask me who do I think will make the best president, I would say, and it's going to upset a lot of people, but I would say Peter Obi. Peter Obi would be an absolutely fabulous president. If Peter Obi were president of Nigeria, Nigeria would be like Dubai in a matter of years. But now.
And during, the presidential campaign and all, this man was totally against, Peter Obi. And now this man released another video. I really don't understand. This man released another video now saying that, he apologized for what he said, and also for saying that Peter Obi lied about 97% votes in Anambra. Look, I don't care about who you support. I don't care about who you stand by. But make sure when you're doing all these things, you don't get caught sounding like a fool.
Said that Bola Tinubu rigged the February 25, 2023 elections to emerge as the president-elect. But then I have said publicly that I also feel that Peter Obi actually did some rigging by himself, because when I look at the figures that he posted from Anambra State, getting almost 97% of the vote, I mean, I felt that maybe there was some, shenanigans going on. And then he went on Arise Television. He responded to me in his interview. I think this was about a week ago, less than a week ago. And he said, look, he's surprised that he didn't even get 100% in Anambra because he's so popular. Well, I took that with a pinch of salt, but then today I've seen an event. It's still happening right now. It's the 1-year ceremony in office of 1-year anniversary in office for the incumbent governor, Governor Charles Soludo in Anambra is ongoing right now. And Peter Obi just walked into the room. And, I mean, the applause was like thunder. It was like thunder. So, yeah, I mean, I can see how, because obviously he's more popular than the incumbent governor with what we're seeing. So, yeah, maybe I might want to walk back what I said, about him getting, I can see that it's quite possible that he could have gotten 97% of the votes without rigging. Because when I see that, you're going to see it, after this conversation, you're going to see it. And that is organic love, because everybody knows Peter Obi, they give shishi. If you are Nigerian, you know what that means. That means he's very thrifty. I'm not going to say he's stingy. Let me just say he's very thrifty. So I take back those words. I can see now that it's quite possible that Peter Obi could have gotten 97% of the votes without rigging. So I do apologize. I made that statement honestly, thinking that it wouldn't have been possible. But from what I've just seen, I think it's possible. Watch this video.
Remember yesterday's video about the CJN, the part we talked about, the CJN of Nigeria, who was spotted in London, and the report claimed that this man was there to see Tinubu because Tinubu was also in London the same time as this man, and he was spotted in a wheelchair, right? A few days later, he was seen in Nigeria walking. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Kayode Ariwola, was seen leaving the Supreme Court for Ansaruddin Central Mosque, Abuja, to observe his prayers. Now, this is coming, according to report, in the wake of speculations that he is in London to meet President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So I'm going to pick some comments that also reacted, to the CJN being in London, and spotted again in Nigeria a few days after. Here we have Ebele Onwagwe, who says, London is only 6 hours from Nigeria. It could have flown back the same day. So suddenly is using a walking stick. Dr. Rose Sharon says, what you're talking about? I live in Europe and England, and you can leave Abuja, Nigeria, and be in London and still go to work or do a business and come back to the following day in the morning. His team claimed that he actually went there for medical attention. This was trending, seriously trending on social media. In fact, the man confidently called him out on that.
Suspicion. When he got there, he was on wheelchair, he was pushed on wheelchair, and he boarded the British Airways. And immediately he got to London, he dashed into his hotel and disembarked from the wheelchair. The Chief Justice of the Federation does not have any physical disability. But for him to discuss in this manner raises a lot of questions.
So I think he got wind of that. You're definitely going to get wind of that. He came out trying to debunk what was being said about him. He said Nigerians should expect him to protect the constitution of Nigeria. So be it, and that is what he will do. He said we shall not fail Nigerians.
What Nigerians expect from me is to comply, preserve and abide and protect the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And so be it. That is what I will do. Essentially, with the cooperation of my brother justices of the Supreme Court, we shall not fail Nigerians. That is it.
Now, the next one here is about Kemi Omololu-Olunloyo. Yes, she's in the news today. She called out Peter. She claimed that P-Square, the brothers, that they've been paid, they've cash out to buy, a house in Atlanta. And Kemi Olunloyo, in her words, says, cash out after being a celebrant. Obedient, remain poor. Okay, guys, this is just like a plus. Let me just add this report. And that is because I love this lady's reaction in this video. This lady recounts her story after meeting Burna Boy. This is a sweet story. Let's go ahead. Let's watch.
Burna Boy come out like this. Everybody they hail and they hail and they hail. Ah, Mopo stand. As Mopo guide down like this. In brother, first of all, carry money like this, give boys. Boys, they don't go share the money. They don't go to share. You can't remember me and with one other guy. So, Mopo, as I want enter, they hate Burna Boy. Hey, now so, not be smart, The Mopo where they guide and the Mopo, 50 Mopo. I want chicken and so then push me, Madam, go back. Madam, go back. Madam, I said, I see the hate Burna Boy, I see the hate. Now they push me for the first time. I no agree. I no agree. I can't go pledge one corner. Do like say I don't know. They don't forget. Now so I come busting again. As the second time again. Now those Mopo they still push me again. So I say lie. I'm a Burna Boy must bless me. Oh mo, I bless you. No, the third time. Now him brother, Burna Boy brother don't sit down with her. It's not. He say leave that woman. I say leave that woman with him pikin. Now so he commot the money. Now so he pot the money, give me like this.
They can buy plasma for the baby.
Now you can go buy TV with Go TV.
They watch the cartoon. As they smile, God will bless Burna Boy. As the baby go smile.
Okay, guys, that is where I'm going to hold it. For more, like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Until we see you next time, peace.